We just got the first major Black Ops 6 update, new content being added, all new patch note changes I'll break down in this video, free rewards you could get, and much more. Be sure to drop a like in the video, subscribe if you're new, but first off here, of course, this is Beta Weekend 2, September 6th until September 10th. They may extend it a little bit, but as of now, just a couple more days here to play this beta, which has been so far a lot of fun. And if you haven't played the beta thus far, it is an open beta now, no beta codes required. All platforms can play the beta for free. Just go to your store, whatever platform you're on, Steam Store, Battle.net, Xbox Store, PlayStation, search up Black Ops 6 Beta. You should be able to fully download it for free, which is cool. Let me know down below if you have any questions on that. Of course, Beta Weekend 2 rewards here, free rewards you can get for playing and leveling up through this beta. Animated emblem, a spray, charm, emote, loading screen, animated calling card. Of course, that other squish or squash operator skin, that first squish operator skin, the holy green one, you can no longer get. And of course, at level 30 for Beta Weekend 2, you could get that weapon blueprint bug smasher, looking pretty cool. Of course, as always, if you guys need cheap COD points that carry forward into Black Ops 6 and other rare Call of Duty unlock codes, a bunch of stuff at U4GM. Use code MATT for an extra 5% off. Links are down below, but for some gameplay previews of the changes we're getting here, then we'll break down the entire patch notes. You can skip around to the patch notes if you want, but this gives us a good idea as to the first major changes for this update here for Beta Weekend 2. So of course, they're raising the level cap to 30, new weapons, score streaks, perks, equipment, and beta rewards. Here's the new Babylon map we saw at COD Next. It's a very small map. Apparently the maps already are small. This one is even smaller. Should be a ton of fun. Might be a bit too hectic. We'll see very soon. Clear the skies with the Interceptors score streak at level 22. Fighter jets will now perform 2 sweeps, taking out smaller score streaks like UAVs in the first pass. Larger targets won't go down until the secondary pass, giving players more time to counter with their own interceptors for some cinematic dogfights. That seems pretty cool. We have recreate your own trailer moments with the classic combat axe, level 24. Okay. New DM10 semi-automatic marksman rifle, level 25. Call in the chopper gunner and start raining the fire at level 29. That's going to be pretty cool. And of course, finally, take a break from the Jackal PDW. It is getting nerfed here. And equip the all-new Tanto 22 full auto SMG unlockable at level 30. Now, of course, for the full patch notes here, we have progression level cap again up to level 30, which I think they could go a bit higher, but they don't want us to use too many unlockables too early. They want to save some content for launch, which I do understand. And they go through in specific all of the content you are unlocking at every single level. Here, I'm not going to break all this down, but of course, more perks, different score streaks, as we mentioned, the new weapons I went through already, and that's pretty much it. Decoy grenade, stuff like that. Nothing too crazy, but still some cool content to check out. The rewards we went through as well for Beta Weekend 2. Okay, now for specific changes here, multiplayer, weapon swap speeds. This is interesting. We've seen feedback about weapon swap speeds, and we agree we'll be reducing weapon drop times across the board for an overall increase to swap speeds. Players looking to for an even quicker swap speed can try out Fast Hand Strategist perk in week 2 of the beta. AR, SMG, shotgun, LMG, marksman rifle, pistol, and launcher drop times reduced by 50 milliseconds, and sniper drop times reduced by 100 milliseconds. For movement speeds here, we're making small adjustments to baseline movement speeds on all weapon classes to make sure they're sitting in a good spot relative to another. So what are we doing here? We're happy with the weapon class usage and performance for Beta Weekend 1, okay, as well as the upper end of movement pacing offered by SMG. So these adjustments will keep SMGs the same and generally improve other classes, which kind of makes sense there, right? Definitely what I was expecting. Other notable change here is to melee sprint speed. We want players to feel incentivized to pull out their dedicated melee weapon as a means of map traversal. Interesting. So for ARs, ADS crouch speed increased, move speed increased, and ADS move speed increased. SMGs, just crouch speed increased. Okay. Shotgun, same thing for ARs. ADS crouch speed, move speed, and ADS move speed all increased slightly. LMGs, again, same thing. All speeds increase for all of those different parameters. Marksman rifles, all speeds increase. Crouch, ADS crouch, move, and ADS move. Snipers, crouch speed decreased actually by a little bit. For pistols, crouch speed decreased, ADS crouch increased, move speed increased, and then ADS move speed decreased. For launchers, crouch speed decreased, and then melee weapons, crouch speed increased, jog speed increased, sprint speed increased, super sprint speed increased, and move speed all increased there. Okay, cool stuff there. For weapon adjustments here for the Jackal PDW, across the board, a pretty big nerf, right? Decreased maximum damage, near medium damage, minimum damage, small increase to view kick strength and view kick deviation. Okay, that was expected, right? It was overperforming at medium ranges. That makes a lot of sense there. C9, increase medium damage range. The C9 is really good close quarters, but medium damage, it really falls off a cliff, so that's a decent change as well. For the SWAT here, minor change to improve control, but the SWAT disabled burst firing queuing. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And that's all they actually did here. So nothing too crazy, but some pretty important weapon adjustments should make the C9, and of course maybe that new Tanto 22 at level 30, a bit of a, better weapon to use, and maybe just the other weapon classes as well, because for the most part it's just been like the Jackal and the C9, so maybe just using other weapon classes might be more beneficial. The speeds being increased definitely should help with that, but we'll see very soon. For maps here, of course, a big problem with a lot of people is the spawn logic. It's been a bit weird, right? It is a beta. People are discovering the maps for the first time, and they're in spots that probably they won't normally be in when the game actually fully comes out, and that's just going to lead to crazy spawns right now. But I think the spawns are still kind of weird. And small maps as well, you're not always going to get the best spawns on super small maps, right? When you have a small map, it's hard for the game to really figure out where you should spawn when there's players all over the map. You're not always going to get really good spawns. So it's just a product of the map design, honestly, which I don't hate the maps, but I honestly, I don't know if these are the best maps here. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what we're getting in terms of the rest of the BO6 MP maps. But we'll see what happens. The spawns are being changed here and updated. We'll see. And also, we have our own definition. We each have our own definition of what a good spawn or bad spawn is. That's very true as well. It's not, it's not exactly objective here. People may want to spawn closer to the action, but, more pro players might want to spawn farther away or away from the enemy location because that's more fair. It all depends on your take on Call of Duty, right? But we'll see how it is this weekend. For score streaks here, RCXD, improved handling and general usability. Watchdog Hilo, increased base health. Hellstorm, increased cluster bomb damage radius. For equipment for the thermo grenade, reduced explosive ignition delay. For movement, again, slight increase to the time to enter prone or supine during a slide, slight increase to all mantle speeds, slight decrease to the time before movement is allowed after landing from a dive to prone, and slight increase to dive to prone landing friction. For progression, weapon XP, increase awarded weapon XP, which will decrease the amount of time needed to gain weapon levels. That's a W change. The weapon XP speeds observed in weekend 1 were slower than expected. Daily challenges, fix an issue that was causing the daily challenges countdown timer to display the incorrect reset time. The get 50 eliminations with the recon perk specialty equipped daily challenge will now track progress correctly, and general beta rewards earned in a match will now appear in the after action report. For audio, a bunch of audio changes here. Increased player weapon firing audio volume, additional footstep audio adjustments, reduced audio levels for impact sounds when taking damage, resolved an issue where shotguns could play more than the intended number of hit impact sounds. Interesting. Resolved an issue where explosion sounds would not play during normal gameplay. Resolved an issue where some sounds were not playing during best play, and re-enabled a previously disabled audio occlusion system on PS5. Best play adjustments to underlying best play logic, which will result in more varied and interesting best play selection. Okay, UI, improved stability throughout various menus and HUD, addressed various localization issues, settings. Users should no longer encounter issues when switching their ADS transition timing to instant when using keyboard and mouse. For general changes, increase the duration of the lobby vote before matches to give players a better opportunity to participate in the vote when returning to the lobby after completing a match, and reduce the amount of camera motion in the dynamic death cam, and stability, of course, stability issues being fixed on Skyline, the training course, and other server-side issues. So that's it here for the first update, the first big update for Black Ops 6 for Beta Weekend 2. We'll go through another potentially big update for the Beta Weekend 2 at some point, but regardless, the next big update is just going to be the launch update we get in late October for this game. So let me know down below your opinions on what we're seeing so far for BO6. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Let me know. Subscribe for more COD update videos like this. Shout out to the channel members as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace out, guys.